What's up, you guys? Your boy Big Al here at the Runnerz store smoking on Beastwoods. We got Cali with us.
What up, y'all? It's Cali Shashati, man. I'm right here at Runnerz with Perfs and Gold. Just tapping in with the family. It's good, bro.
Big
Thank you for
smoke,
having
big
me,
smoke,
man.
man. Big smoke. Came through, clutch, man. Clutch, bro.
man.
So what's up, man? You have a little bit of a pretty different background when it comes to your level of entrepreneurship with what you do and kind of the foundation that you've built almost centerfold around hip hop and the culture.
Yeah.
Right? So we can kind of break it down to where it comes down to your music studio. You got the Z Room.
Yeah, correct.
How did that come about? Was it a matter of I'm tired of paying for other people to get in the booth. I want
to. So the Z Room came about a couple years ago. I interned. It's like 2011, 12 with DJ Ski.
And, DJ Ski. That's a heavy name drop.
Yeah. And he was like a good person to learn from. And what I noticed is he had a bunch of studios downstairs, his radio rooms upstairs, but he like anytime any artist would come to LA, they would tap in with him, regardless for a meeting, studio session, whatever. And he started doing these things called think tanks. So it's like, okay, whoever's in town, pull up, we'll talk, whatever. And from that, I got the idea that, okay, I don't personally make the music. Like, I'll help with it, but you feel me? But I need a studio and a creative spot. So
you're providing a space for talent.
Yeah, so a couple years go by, I decided I actually didn't want to do music anymore, just because of a couple of bad deals that happened. I decided to go back to school, and I think I'm not sure if you guys interviewed Big Swift yet, but
no, we haven't. But he'll be on the show soon too.
He's an artist from the city that I'm from, and I seen him growing up, and
which is
Downey.
Shout out Downey.
562.
Shout out Downey.
And pretty much I told him, I was like, hey, I'm not really trying to do music, but you're super dope. And I just got done really dirty and I kind of want to help you.
Yeah.
And, like to me, he was just being cool. But years later, I find out he's like, bro, you were older with a car. I was just using you. You feel me? Like he's the homie.
Wild.
Yeah, but it is what it is. And years later, you feel me, I just wanted to do it independently. Went back to school. I learned a couple of things that really affected the way I thought. For instance, most artists only take home 30 cents to the dollar. If you're like the Kanye type of artist, and if you're not, like if you're an artist coming
like most of us, you know what I'm saying? The environment kind of that we're in.
You're taking home 10 cents to the dollar.
Damn.
And then what surprised me even more was actually a Dr. Dre lyric, how he talks about he has checks from Eminem that he still has in cash. So I kind of looked into that, and I was like, is that real? Is it not? And it turns out big labels don't cash checks for years to come because of tax purposes. So you have these labels that have millions of dollars, that have all this revenue, but they don't help their starving artists because they're scared to pay taxes. So that's when I knew something was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. That's a big hole.
So during that time, it became easier to record like independently. There was bigger distribution companies, shout out Empire, even like DistroKid, TuneCore, all those things. And I was like, okay, let's start. Let me fuck with these fools and give them a small percent. At least I know what percent I'm giving them. Yeah. And go from there. And it just kind of turned into a thing where it was just like, okay, like let's go to Cali's studio because we trust him.
Yeah. And we know what we're getting out of it. There's no funny shit involved. Yeah, that's something that ties into your personality as well. There's something, instantly when I met you, I was like, dude, this dude is like straightforward, comes to business. There's not any fucking, it's black and white. There's no shades of gray in between.
This is going to sound super corny, but one of the first artists I worked with had told me a long time ago, never sugarcoat anything to me because we'll just end up in Candyland, and that place don't exist.
I fuck with that.
So I was just like, I'm going to be honest with you, fool. Like,
yeah, straight up. Straight up.
So the Z Room itself came about after I had a studio called Compound LA. I had a studio in Paramount before, and then Compound LA. And then me and Zytro, my business partner, opened a studio in Los Angeles, like down the street from Staples Center, and had problems with the neighbors. So then we moved to Paramount again, and you know how studios have an A room and a B room? So Zytro's the engineer, so we called it the Z Room.
Okay.
And so the concept of it was to be one of the first independent studios to not be tailored towards the artist, but tailored to the engineer, because people don't give engineers enough credit and realize how much like
real work goes into it.
Yeah, and how much like they need to be comfortable for your song to sound fire. Yeah. So we built it based around the engineer's preference.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
So that's how we got the good sound, and then from there we're able to ask the artist, okay, what do you guys need?
Yeah. So, what are your preferences in the studio, and what will make you feel most comfortable? Correct. So other than artists as well, you guys also do podcasts out of there.
Yeah. So one of my business partners, Rosecrans Vic, he established Rosecrans Avenue, the blog, in 2014.
Shout out Vic.
Yeah, shout out my brother, man, for real.
He came on the show as well. Shout out to the family, man.
He established it 2014, and me and him just kind of started working together on accident. Mm-hmm. He's a year older than me. Went to the same school. We never talked, like at all in school. At all?
Yeah. Saw each other? Knew of each other?
Yeah, definitely had mutual friends. Didn't talk to each other.
Never had a reason to leave.
There was nothing bad, nothing good. It was
just no reason to. Yeah.
And so he kind of, let me into to start helping little things here and there. Because I'm the type of dude, I put my pride to the side when I see a bigger picture. And I was like, Vic, what you doing is sick as fuck. Let me help you.
Real shit,
Let me help. And eventually, it's I think the Hundreds, the owners of the Hundreds, they did a podcast and they talked about how
Bobby and Ben?
Yeah. They did it on the Hype of Business, or Business Hype, or whatever. And they talk about how business partners are supposed to know more about each other than their spouses. Yeah. From financial things to this to that. Yeah. And that they to this day don't have roles. Okay. And that was the day I remember Vic called me, texted me. He's like, listen to this, and he was like, this is how we're running our business. He's like, I'm sorry for, whatever, if I ever, but it's 50-50.
If I ever pick this button, poke that button,
and same vice versa. Yeah. And so we did the blog, started doing events to kind of just put on for our homies, not really. The greatest thing about all this, we didn't go into it trying to get rich. I still went to school, Vic was still working a job. We did this to help our friends. Okay. And now our friends are helping us because our homies are blowing up and they're bringing us with them.
Yeah, that's definitely something too I was going to say, man. You guys have really been there for the ride for a lot of these artists, you know what I'm saying, going from K-Long to Rucci and One Take. You guys have been there throughout their whole, I feel majority of their journeys as far as musicians, and you guys played a role in it to where it ended up to you guys put out this beautiful masterpiece of a fucking album.
Yeah, it's really honestly a blessing because in LA, it's a lot of politics behind who can work with who and who does what. And you have to earn your stripes. And we got, because of the blog, people showed us a respect, and they, I guess, got to know us better. Yeah, definitely. So they knew our intentions are good.
And nothing too. I mean, you guys do a great job as far as being out in the public as well. Whenever there's a show, you know what I'm saying, that coincides with your guys' circle of artists, you guys are there.
Yeah, for instance, I hate going out. I don't like going out.
But, I don't like that shit either.
But Chris O'Bannon, he had a event last night, and he was supposed to go on at 11, and he didn't go on till 1 o'clock, bro.
Whoa, wow, dude.
So I'm over here at the event.
Chris is here, by the way.
Yeah, Chris is to the right. But just know, but those are the things you have to do. Recently, we were able to shoot one of our music videos off the album me and Vic did with Siete, FIFA, and AD.
Shout out AD.
Yeah, and they took us to Lantana Block, to areas where they actually got put on and really in the trenches. And, but we felt safe and respected, and that's just because of the relationship. So I feel like it's all organic. It's going well, bro.
It is. It's something that I feel like it's not necessarily a culture that you get really embraced into automatically, but the respect of knowing other musicians and your musicianship and respecting at the same time is where the respect comes, I feel. Them seeing and realizing how much you know about them. You know what I'm saying? That really, shout out White Claw, by the way.
Hey, if y'all give anyone a sponsorship, look up my boy George Nova from Runnerz and Beastwoods. He is y'all #1 customer.
Pallets of White Claw for my boy George.
Anyways.
So, that's something as well. I mean, from afar, I've been able kind of to to be a third person as far as like exterior to watching you and Vic grow. You know what I'm saying? I just started this about a year and a half ago, and I tell the team all the time, like, yo, it's almost a matter of like I idolize it. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys go fucking hard, like day in and day out. I see you guys working hard as fuck. There's not a time of day where, you know what I'm saying, you're not promoting, you're not doing something moving forward for what you guys represent. You know, and I mean another thing too that I want to talk about is Swish Studios, bro.
Yeah.
Like what's up with that, man? That's a wave right there.
So it's kind of like a long story, but long story short, there's a group of individuals who opened a store in Cerritos as a pop-up, and they wanted to get into the urban culture, and they knew that me and Vic were people they should tap in with.
Yeah. So for sure, anyone who wants LA urban culture needs to tap in with you guys.
I appreciate it,
bro.
Real
shit.
And they kind of brought us in, trying to see maybe if we want to do like a brand sponsorship or if we want like what we wanted to do. I just let them know that we wanted to, like anything, you know, kind of be like owners and really start something with them and kind of do shout out to Complex and shit like that, but like Complex sneakers and things like that, but for our culture, not focused mainly on the bigger brands that sell, but like on the homies brands that are just as good. You feel me? Like we all live in LA out here. Like
we put out the best when it comes down to it.
Yeah, and like we could get the same fabric that
anyone else can.
Yeah, so we have good quality clothes, and that's kind of how that happened. And it was kind of like a sign from God to me, because rest in peace, one of my artists, T Swish, had recently passed away, and like one of my last conversations with T Swish was, this year I'm focusing on merch. So when they hit us up to do like the collab, and the store is called Swish Studios, and the logo they used is T Swish's logo.
Oh shit!
I was just like, all right, I'm in. Like,
damn,
you feel me?
That's the selling point.
Yeah,
that's
like,
dope.
I'm in. So, but the whole point of that is really understanding that merch is where you're gonna make most of your money from as an artist, as a group, as whatever. People are actually losing money on tour and making it on merch.
On merch, yeah.
Because you want, on tours, people want to bring their homies. They want to have a good show. They want the people that are coming to enjoy everything. So there's too many shows out now, so your show has to stand out somehow.
Yeah, and the merch is definitely a way to go about it. It's something you get to take with you.
Yeah, so Swish Studios is not only a store for us, but we're in like a transition, making it available to any artist to come and tell us, hey, we need a website for merch, or we need this, or we need that, and make it accessible and good quality. Like I'm not bougie, but I don't like.
No one likes to wear trash, bro. Come on, no one likes to wear weak shit.
Yeah, so that's where that's at.
That's dope, man. And also, I mean, because like I said, there's a venture when it comes to what you're into. You know what I'm saying? Ocean grown.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, this Ocean Grown's a funny story. So, like 2-3 years ago, a couple of the homies wanted to start a clothing brand, and I'm not like, look at me, bro. I'm not fresh. I'm not one of those dudes.
Okay, he's wearing Stone Island sweats. Just saying.
But you feel me? hey, shout out my people at Runnerz, my boy. They got me the kicks, the hat. So you feel me? Whatever. So I wasn't really one of those dudes, and I was thinking of a way of getting my close childhood homies, like a way to connect them with industry people I've been dealing with, but not say, hey, this is my friend. Like I wanted to, hey, this is my partner.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of things that we liked, and we all grew up playing basketball together, but I didn't want to make a sports brand. We all love Kush, and then I was like, but I don't want to make a weed brand.
Big Smoke.
Yeah, so my favorite type of Kush is OG Kush. And,
I fuck with that.
And what OG Kush originally standard for was ocean grown, because when it first came out, you could only grow it specifically in Anaheim and Santa Ana areas because of the water, the salt in the water from the beach.
Damn.
So, and that's why LA and California had the best Kush back in the day, because it was OG Kush.
Okay, little weed history, just sprinkle weed history all over that. That's proper.
I figured, so I made Ocean Grown my LLC, so it's like the umbrella. So eventually will be some weed things, but right now it's just like merch and just like all my little businesses are kind of under it. But just a name, I was like, I need this name.
Yeah, I fuck with it. It's a great representation. I mean, those are the three things I fuck with.
Yeah.
Weed, basketball.
You feel me? Just the homies.
Like, I fuck with it. That's a great way.
Like, yeah. So Ocean Grown means a lot to me. It's even deeper than that. Like, like I'm an immigrant. Yeah. I feel like if you look at
what is your nationality, by the way?
So my dad's Sudanese, my mom's Palestinian, and I was born in Libya. So I'm Middle Eastern, bro. African, but I'm Catholic. Like born and raised Catholic. Yeah, so it's a little everything. But I moved here when I was 4, so I pretty much grew up in America.
In America, yeah. That's a crazy mix. That's a crazy ass mix.
But yeah, so ocean grown, just like if you look at the logo, the ends of it's like the roots, like it's kind of like somehow, some way we all got here, having to do with the ocean, having to do with your roots.
Yeah.
If you have family that come visit from out of state, where do you take them to the beach? Where do you like with the shit? What do we do when we're chilling? Like let's go
to the beach.
Yeah, let's go to like Huntington or let's go to
San Pedro.
Beach or you feel me? San Pedro, whatever, like all that stuff.
Damn, bro, that's dope,
so
man.
That's the idea behind that.
And then when it comes also as well, because I want to make sure I hit all points, your management skills, bro, your PR skills. Since I met you, I'm picking up. You know, I'm picking up what you sprinkle left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the way you work, you know what I'm saying? Your level of professionalism. Here we are with a couple of the people that, you know, are part of your branch, and you're making sure you tap in with them individually, one by one, before this even happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, while he's here to get interviewed, still working. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level, bro. It's like, and it's something I definitely
it's just appreciate. You just have to have a passion for it, bro. And I think the number one thing, this is either gonna be the worst advice I ever give or the best advice. I never talk about percents or how much money I want, like till way later.
Okay.
And reason being is I'm at a state where I feel like I can help someone grow big. Or I could ruin their career. You feel me? Like not like ruin it like, oh fuck this guy, but it's like, yo, I fucked up. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to close doors for people too, because some people will shy away if you have a management contract. So everyone that I reach out to work for is someone that I believe will get me. You feel me? It's a lot of trust.
We'll take it that far. Yeah.
It's a lot of trust, but you feel me? Like, let's just work and see if it works out. Like, I don't work for anyone because I don't want to work with anyone who doesn't want to work with me and vice versa. And at the end of the day, this is like music and art. Like, if you can't really express yourself to me and explain to me how you're
your
feeling,
values and how you feel.
And you're thinking I'm just looking at you as a dollar sign, that I personally don't want to work with you because like music means a lot to me. You feel
That's
me?
just a bad starting point to start the whole thing on.
Like we could, like
that's not a good foundation.
Yeah, we can make money. Like we could approach it like that and talk about it strictly like that. But like as far as like the little extras I do, I feel like I do a lot of little extras and I don't expect anything of it just because I treat everyone I work with like family. I try to
with that respect, and I see it. It's definitely transparent. It's definitely transparent. So man, you guys heard it here first, bro. Big clouds, big smoke. Another thing too, I want to let the people know this man hoops.
Hooper.
Whoever
needs that, run it. 3-point contest.
We might have to run it. We might have to run a celebrity basketball game soon.
Whatever y'all need,
that might have to happen, bro.
Man, if y'all ain't got basketball shoes, I'll pull up in the chanclas.
Ooh,
just know I got it for you.
The leather ones.
Man,
okay.
Man, I'm coming in with the flip flop with the tongs. I'm still with it. For anybody, for real.
Y'all heard it, man. Whoever wants to smoke.
Real quick though, before I dip out, go stream or Ride Down Rosecrans. It's my first debut album with Rosecrans Vic under my new label, Rose Grown. We just distributed Henny and Tequila by Chris O'Bannon and Desi G. And
Slapper.
2020 is gonna be crazy, man.
Wild, man. It's just getting started, and I got lucky enough to get an interview with you too, man.
I appreciate
you, bro. Yeah, real shit.
It's family here. If y'all need to fuck with them for real, tap in. You could just reach out. They're not bougie. They will hit you back. Fuck with them.
Real shit. Tap in, you guys. It's your boy Big Al, man. This is Cali.
We out.